Okay, so I just realized halfway through that song that I was supposed to play Edge of Glory, but I don't really care for that song. So that was Marry the Night by Lady Gaga. The song in the last chapter was You and I by Lady Gaga off her Born This Way album. So the next video that you guys will see on the week that I'm off for China December 10 chapter 30 will be Aura by Lady Gaga. So, in the last chapter of I don't even remember what happened in the last chapter, but as you guys know, I have to read it. I had to read the last paragraph of the chapter. So chapter 15, last paragraph. Maybe this might jump a second. My eyes grew puffy and my nose stuffed up. Caleb's shirt became completely soaked and wrinkled, but the gentle smile on his face warmed the colors that became dull. He hugged me tightly and whispered in my ear softly, "It'll be alright." 3 words that stopped my tears, directing me from one person. I can't take it anymore. I've reached my limit. Wait, did I already read this? Did I read this already? Hold on, I have to check something. Go to my files. Maybe I read this already. Let me look. Videos, GSA, Just the Boy. 15, huh? I guess I must have read chapter 16 and then maybe deleted it, but whatever. No, I didn't read this. After an hour, I stopped crying and ran to the bathroom to wash my face. Even after scrubbing my face with face soap, I looked like a soulless zombie. I walked to the bathroom and turned the corner to head toward the beds, when right in front of me, the only thing in my line of vision was Caleb's bare back. I felt my face grow warm. I quickly hurried over to my bed. "So, what were you doing home so early?" I questioned as I looked away from him. "Things were slow, so I was able to come back." He pulled a new shirt over his head and walked over to the bed. "That's cool," I laughed awkwardly. A small silence grew between them. I waited for some sort of reply. "Are you okay?" When I turned around to look at him, looming over me, Caleb placed his forehead on mine. My face grew pink and I waited for him to pull away. I could feel his breath, smell the mint from his last dish. "You might have a slight fever." He looked at my hand. He looked at his hands in front then the back. My hands are usually cold, so I had to use my forehead. So that's what you meant. I laughed slightly. My laugh fell into a sigh and looked away once again. Caleb slightly laughed and put his shirt outside to dry. "What do you think I meant?" A whistling wind rushed through the open window, filling the silence. "Nothing," I slightly chuckled. Caleb closed the window and looked at him in a quiet voice, with this breath that would tickle a baby. "If you whispered to them," he said. "Did you think I was asking about what happened earlier?" An arrow shot through my chest and my heart began to burn and beat quickly. At first, I did think that. He didn't seem like the kind of guy who would end up being considerate. Since the first time we met, he's been a jerk. But as time passed, I never noticed till now he's a good person. "No," I replied. "Well, maybe," I added. "Do you want to talk about it?" Caleb smiled at me. "No, I'll probably break down crying again if I try." I laughed it off, scratching my lower cheek. "If you do, I'll comfort you gently." Caleb gently patted my head. Actually, I did read this, but I must have deleted the video. Chapter 17. Yeah, I'm doing chapter 16 and 17 because I did do 16 last week. Well, the last week I did just whenever I did Just the Boy, I didn't do chapter 16, so yeah. Chapter 17. As night fell, the moon rose above the world's head behind locker doors. Tear and reassuring was exchanged. I cried as Caleb handed me a million tissues. I didn't know how to respond at first, but as time passed, his words calmed me down. That night, I fell asleep, clinging on to him, and leaning against his bed. The next morning, I woke up to the sound of birds chirping as they swayed perched on the open window. Arms tightly wrapped around me, Caleb held me like a giant stuffed animal. I yawned and nudged my head on his chest. His eyelids felt heavy and swollen. My eyelids felt heavy and swollen. The second my eyes closed, the alarm had blasted off, and I zipped through my ears, both startling and by the loud noise. Caleb and I woke up soon, coming to our senses and separated from each other. We both got up and dressed, and then awkwardly headed to class together. Silence filled what felt like a 5-foot gap between us. "Tyler," a voice called from behind me. I turned around just and sprinted up, nearly out of breath. "Good thing I caught you," he yelled. "Do you want to hang out today?" I glanced up at Caleb and looked away, not wanting to be involved. "I can't today. I'm not lying. This week isn't over yet. I still need to finish my task. I'm busy the rest of the week." My eyes fell to the ground. "Sorry." Before Jessica replied, I turned off and headed to my class. "But I have something I need to tell you." Jocelyn's words echoed quietly after me. I didn't turn around and plowed through. Classes ended like usual. Caleb headed off to work. I quickly left the classroom before him and headed straight over to the girly district. Without hesitation, I ran straight into the costume store, quietly browsed through all the clothes. Nothing caught my eye, either a costume or suspicious or flashy or for public. Not a question if you know it's not Halloween. "Can I help you?" A voice which lacked enthusiastic. I turned around in front of me, sucking out a lollipop. His hair pulled back in a bandana. A girl waited for an answer. I couldn't hold back. I was just looking at her made me want to laugh. It isn't because she's ugly or funny looking. "And are you stuck at your job?" "And you suck at your job?" I laughed. She glanced and face and her lollipop fell out of her mouth onto the ground. Quickly, she hugged me tightly without any hesitation. "Tyler, I've missed you!" She smiled, hugging me tightly. "I did too. What are you doing here?" I laughed and I hugged her back. She began laughing too. Her laugh brought back me to my high school memories. "I'm going to ask you the same thing. My sister owns this shop. You remember, right?" "Of course. Just remembering feels like a stone sitting on top of my head in the last year of high school." Tyler was transformed into a girl. I wrapped my arms around her neck and brought her head into a headlock. You're never gonna let that go, are you?" I gritted my teeth as I had her nudgely. "Can you let go of my girlfriend?" A boy with decent long skater hair said, calmly, coming from behind. I stopped and loosened the grip and began to laugh as she stayed in an easily escaped headlock. "Nick, calm down. It's just Tyler." She fell to her knees laughing. Ooh, interesting. So who is this Nick person? I don't know. But, the next, okay, so we are gonna, so as you guys know, I don't have school this time. But yeah, so I hope you guys have a great time of day whenever you're watching this. And come back for chapter 18. And until next time, guys, okay, just ask the GSA. Mwah!